Hey guys, so today I'm going to be outlining a drawing, my foodie drawing of sushi. So basically the girl is seaweed and rice and the guy is a spicy mayo and shrimp tempera mix. So I'm just gonna get started outlining and yeah. If you haven't seen the coloring video, that is on my drawings playlist as well, so it's already up so you can see it. Yeah, so I'm just starting with the girl. She's supposed to be like seaweed and rice. It was kind of like a bit difficult in terms of the fact that I did draw characters already that were like white color and I wanted it to be different, so I talked about this in my coloring video, but I think it turned out pretty different, like the way I added the black for the seaweed, so it actually looks very nice and like unique. I wanted her to be kind of like serious, but not like overly serious, if you get what I'm going for, like in terms of expression wise. I didn't want her to be like overly happy and at the same time overly serious. So I kind of gave her this face that was like very neutral compared to other drawings where it's like I'm making the characters happy all the time. The thing for her, I kind of wanted to give like this thing where cause she's on his shoulders, but it's hard to kind of see her face, her entire head, cause she's like above his shoulders. So I ended up doing this thing where I made her kind of tilting her body downwards and like touching his head, so that way it's like not too, like it's a subtle way of having her look at, like when you're like viewing the drawing, she's like looking at you directly, but at the same time she's not really. So I just wanted it to be that you could see her head when like you were drawing, like when you see the drawing you can see her face. So she's like kind of leaning down and just pressing on his head for fun. Super cute pose. I switched back and forth on her hands and arms and her legs for like what is rice and what is seaweed. So you'll see like one of her arms, like her bicep, like the one that I'm outlining, her bicep is rice, and then her forearm is actually the seaweed, and then the other arm, you'll notice like you can't see the other arm too much, but you'll see that it's like black color, like right here, so it's seaweed, and then the rest of her body, and then the rest of the hand, you can see the hand is actually like straight up rice. So basically, I just gave an effect where it was like switching back and forth between what is seaweed, what is rice, and to give it like some form of like differences. The socks are not, her clothing isn't a part of the food. Usually that's what I do, like the clothing isn't a part of the food, but they're wearing a color that kind of matches them, so I gave her like a shade, which is basically literally just gray, so in between like the rice and the seaweed. what I ended up going for. So now I'm outlining the shrimp tempera. I like how he contrasts like differently compared to her. Like he's super bright while she's like just shades of color. Like she's just shades because black, white, and gray, they aren't actually colors. They're more just shades when you think about like art and stuff. So for him, I made his head, like, I made his hair kind of the same color as, like, the spicy mayo, but I gave his top part, like, a more orangey color, so that way it looks like the shrimp tempera, like the shrimp tails. Originally, I was gonna give him, like, I gave him a tail on the side that was, like, a fried shrimp tempera tail. That was, like, for these drawings, I think I was going for like a more subtle look, so I ended up changing it to like be his head. So his head is kind of like the top of the shrimp, like the bottom of the shrimp, and like the rest of his body is just the other stuff. I've been really into characters, anime characters that are guys that have longer hair, so I kind of gave him like a long hair aesthetic. Usually I draw guys with shorter hair, but I keep going for guys. Like in terms of like anime characters that I really like, it's always been guys with like longer hair. So I ended up adding that in. I didn't want him to be like a super buff guy, so I didn't give him too much definition of muscles, but just like a standard amount compared to like anime characters that I've been into recently. So I gave him a little bit, but not too much where it's like overwhelmingly he's like working out constantly, because I wanted to be like he's just kind of an average body type, a little bit healthier than normal, but not like super fit. So that was just one thing I was kind of paying attention to when I was like drawing his body, was like, okay, he's not gonna be like buff. And for his shirt, I kind of incorporated the fact that he's like spicy mayo. So his arms, and then have like spicy mayo, and then also the top of his head has it, and kind of his hair as well. So I incorporated that into the drawing as well. So I was like, it doesn't look spicy enough, so I'm just gonna add like a pinkish reddish color, kind of to match the shrimp, but at the same time it also matches the spiciness of the food. So yeah. And I'm done. So yeah. So here is the overview of the drawing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Check down in the description box below. All my social media is there, so you can go like and follow those. All the process work for the sushi couple will be posted on my social media as well. So if you want to see like nice straight pictures of like each process, it will be there. And again, if you haven't seen my drawings video, my coloring video of this drawing, you can check out my drawings playlist. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!